Saying, hmm. Test it, test it. Boo. Testing. Ooh. You guys can hear you? Well, okay. All right. If you guys can hear me, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, okay, you can hear me. Maybe my headphones just need to be charged, so I'm gonna charge them. If I let those charge for like 5 minutes, ooh, that'll be great. That'll be perfect. That'll be perfect. It'll be good enough for this stream. We can hear you. Hey, Jermaine, got enough bikes for one person? I do have enough bikes for one person. It's crazy. I don't even want to say, but like more bikes are coming. No, I'm joking. More bikes are not coming. You still living in a hotel? Yes, I am still living in a hotel. hmm I do, and I like it. I'm just gonna eat some Chipotle and talk to you guys. I just got back from Chipotle, and I said that I was gonna go live and talk to you guys, so we're just gonna go live and talk. But I'm still living in the hotel. My boo asked me a couple days ago. 'Cause my boo wants to move. My boo asked me if we want to get a place together, and I was like, I'm definitely that's definitely something that I wouldn't mind thinking about. I wouldn't mind considering. Except there's a couple big problems with like looking for a place with me. Number one, I'm going to want to live in Soma. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna want to leave not gonna want to leave Soma. I will live in the TL, you know, but if it's too far, if it's like too far from Market Street, I don't even want to live over there. You know what I'm saying? Also, this is gonna get real cocky, but some people can relate with this, some people can't. I really want to live in a building with like a decent, like a for real elevator. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys know, but like lately I've been, making a lot of bike videos and stuff like that. And just with my lifestyle, like I need to like, just be able to like, have a building that's like legit. There's a lot of good deals in Nob Hill and also the Tenderloin. There's a lot of really good deals right now. But you also got to look at what type of place it is. Is it the type of place that, there's no laundry, so you got to go walk, 3 blocks to do laundry? Is it the type of place that's, you have packages delivered and the packages are just like down there in the middle of the floor and anyone can just walk up and like, take a package. Like a delivery person can walk up and take a package. Like what type, like, I don't know. Looking for a place with me is like probably not gonna be the easiest thing, just because I'm like really picky on where I live. You kept me company through this pandemic. Right on, right on. Dogecoin was going bananas hours ago. I was following that. I'm not holding any Dogecoin. I'm not holding any of it. What crypto are you holding? Any Cardano? Not holding any Cardano. I'm holding Ethereum and Bitcoin. So, question. I know a lot of people are gonna ask this. Anybody jumping on Coinbase tomorrow? And the reason why I'm asking if anybody's jumping on Coinbase tomorrow is because I'm not. I'm definitely not. Ethereum's doing really good. What do you think about Coinbase IPO? Um, Coinbase is one I'm not going to pay any attention to. I mean, I'll check it out, but I'm definitely not going to buy any shares. Oh, heck no, yo. Did y'all hear how high the price is going to be? They're talking about it might be like $500 tomorrow, like after it opens and all that. And I'm thinking, what? I'm cool on that, y'all. That's just me. I'm gonna hang out on the sidelines with Coinbase. However, there's other IPOs that I'm waiting for. There's two IPOs I'm really, really excited for. The first one is Oatly. And the crazy thing about Oatly, guys, let me tell y'all something right now. Craziest thing about Oatly is I don't hear anybody talking about it. Okay? I don't hear anybody talking about it. I don't hear like YouTubers talking about, oh, there's another vegan company going public. Lately, there has been in the whole stock market YouTube space, there has been stocks. Basically, they're called vegan stocks now. Like straight up, they're called vegan stocks. And Oatly is gonna be another like plant-based stock that's gonna go public, and it's supposed to have like a $10 billion valuation when it goes public. I think it's gonna do very similar to what Beyond Meat did. Oatly should go public, I think, in about a month now. Let's also not forget Robinhood. I'm definitely gonna, jump on the Robinhood IPO, and also let's not forget SpaceX. So for your other Tesla fanboys, there's SpaceX that could possibly go public this year. So those are the IPOs I'm waiting on. I'm not really gonna wait on. Not really hyped up about Coinbase because there's a lot of competition in the space of Coinbase. There's a lot of competition in that space. You got so many other apps where people can buy cryptocurrency on. So many other apps, and right now, like the app I mainly use for cryptocurrency, it used to be Coinbase, but now it is BlockFi, just because it pays that interest. Now I'm pretty sure Coinbase is going to be paying that same interest pretty soon, or it's going to be paying very similar interest than what BlockFi is paying. And when that happens, what I'll probably do is, maybe start to, maybe buy a little bit more crypto and put in Coinbase, But as of now, Coinbase is not paying any interest. I really don't want to leave I don't want to leave much crypto on Coinbase. Yes, Dogecoin did 50% jump. It's insane. Buy Dogecoin on Robinhood. Yeah, you can buy Dogecoin on Robinhood. What about Robinhood? I think Robinhood is going to do really good. That's just me. I think Robinhood is going to do really good. Okay, another thing about Oatly. Okay, if you hold Beyond Meat right now, you might want to just think about Oatly, okay? Because like you guys know, I love Beyond Meat. But the thing about Beyond Meat is someone just talked about this. This Oatly has a partnership with Starbucks. The thing about Oatly and the Starbucks deal is it's very, very easy to get someone to try Oatly in their coffee. It's very, very easy to convince someone to do that. Okay. Someone goes to Starbucks and the person says, hello, welcome to Starbucks. Can I take your order? oh yeah, I want a tall coffee with add some 2% milk. And the friendly person says, hey, would you like to try Oatly? It's just like milk, but it tastes better. And this person says, okay, I'll try Oatly. They try Oatly and they're like, oh wow, it's good. I can even tell the difference. Oh, I think it's great. I think it's great. I think Oatly is a little bit easier to get people to try, especially if they come out with things like Oatly is not popular. It's not public yet. It's still a it's still a private company. I love San Francisco. That's what's up. Anything but the U.S. dollar should do relatively well. Okay, so guys, this is something else that I just heard about today. This is a really, really good theory to think about. You know how like they said the dollar is so bad, the dollar is bad. They've been printing dollars like crazy, right? Been printing dollars like crazy. So you would think when they print dollars, this is gonna cause inflation. Because okay, think about it. You got 10 people in a room and everybody has $100, okay? So now everybody's buying power is $100, right? Now, if someone walks into the room and gives everybody in that room, you know, $20 on top of the $100 that they have, guess what? Our buying power is like the same, right? But what has kind of happened ever since they've been putting all this money out into the markets? Think about how much money stocks have went up, how much real estate has went up, how much crypto has went up. Now, I'm not saying that like there's a correlation, but like, what if we don't have inflation because so much of that money has went into these assets. So much money has went into NFTs, which no one has even heard of a freaking NFT until this year. You know, John, just a thought, just a thought. All about that bike life. I don't know what happened to me. Like I switched from like electric skateboarding to bikes now. It looks like I'm gonna probably be getting a scooter soon. Or you think they're gonna short the heck out of? You think they're gonna short Coinbase? Seriously, take my advice and download Uphold. They let you. They did let me keep the bike. Yes. I work at Starbucks as a barista, and I can tell you so many people are drinking oat milk. So I think this may sound crazy. I was telling my boo this. My boo probably thinks I'm crazy for saying this, because my boo thinks very, very different about veganism versus me. Very different. My boo thinks that, you know, protesting and stopping people from, eating animal products is the way to go. And that's not the way. I'm more about, let's show people alternatives. And if we can show them alternatives, they're not gonna want what they were wanting before. It's just basically it's the same finish line, but we're just taking different routes to get there. And Oatly has too much competition. There are too many companies. Okay, I totally agree. Oatly has too much competition. But the same thing can be said about Beyond Meat, because if you go to the grocery store now, guess what? There's all these other plant-based food options. There's all these other plant-based sausages. But certain times brands will stick out like more than others. Certain times brands will stick out. All right. You take something like, you take Louis Vuitton versus H&M and Gap and Banana Republic, like the freaking Louis Vuitton's gonna stick out. So Oatly could have that. The cool thing about Oatly is they could definitely be the name brand plant-based milk, because you got to think what you said is totally right. There is a lot of competition, But there is not the one. There is not the one when it comes to plant-based. When it comes to plant-based, like food, like plant-based burgers, Beyond has got that category. When it comes to plant-based meat, Beyond right now, they own that category. They are the Uber of that sector. And there are a lot of plant-based milks out there, from almond milk to soy milk to oat milk to rice milk. And there is not that one. And Oatly looks like it can be the one. So they might have competition, and that competition could be good, and that competition could actually help them grow. But once again, there's not the one. The one is the one that's gonna go. They need to have the iPhone of it. Um, I'm doing deliveries on a moped, but it's NYC, so I always gotta go. Worry about things. Oh, I know how it is. If inflation doesn't happen because everyone's buying power is the same, that would be a good thing or a bad thing. Okay, so the thing about inflation, it really depends on who you ask, if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If you are talking to someone who has a lot of debt, right? Someone who has student loans, or someone who has like credit card debt, or someone who has a home mortgage, well, inflation will actually be their friend, because if we have inflation, and let's say you owe $100,000, and we have inflation, right? Well, if things start to cost more and you start to make more money, guess what? It's going to be easier to pay back that debt versus without any inflation. But then on the flip side, inflation would definitely hurt people who are, people are savers, people who are on like a fixed income. Like it definitely hurts people. On the flip side, she doesn't. No, my boo doesn't like to be on camera. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question I may ask. Do you remember when I pranked you with the Domino's pizza call? I'm trying to remember. Domino's pizza call? Show me tasty vegan alternatives. I mean, try Beyond. You started a bike shop? That's so funny. So are you and your boo thing back to? Yeah, like we had a little situation. It was like some babysitting going on, and I got pissed off, and like it was a long story. I don't really want to talk about it too much, but like it's okay though. They're gonna short the hell out of Robinhood IPO. I don't know about that. I think Robinhood is gonna have a really good IPO. A really, really good IPO. I think Robinhood is gonna be strong. On YouTube, you have a lot of people who is talking hard about Robinhood. And I'm just gonna be honest, yo. Like, as a YouTuber, as someone who makes videos, and as someone who receives a lot of emails from companies wanting me to promote things, I will say this. The reason why you hear so many people talking so much shit about Robinhood right now, and the reason why you hear so many people talk so much shit about Robinhood right after that whole situation happened, is you have to follow the money here, guys. Okay? You for real have to follow the money. When you watch financial YouTube videos, you always hear people talk about Webull. Sign up and get free stocks on with Webull, right? But then at the same time, majority of people show the Robinhood app. Why is this? Why would you show the Robinhood app, yet Webull is paying you to promote to promote them in this video, but yet you're just showing the Robinhood app? Why would someone do this? The reason why people do this is because Robinhood stops paying they stop paying payouts for people signing up after like I think it's like a certain dollar amount. It might be like $1,000 over the course of a year. After you hit that amount, they're not going to give you any more money, right? You can't make any more money off of the signups, okay? So why would anyone promote Robinhood? Now, Webull, on the other hand, they actually have an affiliate program, and they're just like, look, you can spread it to anyone you want, like tell everyone about us, right? So Webull pays out a lot of money to influencers. So if you are, new and you haven't signed up with Webull, please, guys, click on the link in the description down below and sign up for Webull, because Webull will be giving you out 4 free stocks. And yeah, please hit the link down in the description below and sign up for Webull, because that's how it is. And that's why people talk about Webull so much. And that's why I'm pretty sure Webull was like, we'll pay you extra money if you try to convince people to leave Robinhood. And then that's when you've seen all those videos pop up about Robinhood's so bad. Robinhood sells your flow orders. Robinhood does this. Robinhood does this. It was just like Robinhood, Robinhood, Robinhood. But what I think is going to happen, is when Robinhood go IPO, it's going to pop, yo. It's going to do incredible. And the reason why it's going to do so good is they've added so many users. And even through all that GameStop crap that happened, they added so many users. And yes, they did lose some users. They did use some losers, but they added so many more users, yo. And then another thing you got to think about too, anybody who's using margin in this whole stock market game, if you got like less than $1 million, right, and you using margin, I don't know where you're gonna find cheaper margin than Robinhood. Now, don't get me wrong. If you got like $1 million plus, like in a Chase account, you could probably get margin at like 1.5% interest, which is like stupid. Like that's like free money. Robinhood, you can get like 2.5 interest, which is once again stupid cheap, right? So like, I don't know. I think Robinhood's gonna do incredible. I think they're gonna do incredible, y'all. I think they're going to do incredible. Looks like Bitcoin is getting ready to go for a bull run. I love that your boo helped out the pigeon. That's cool. Glad you guys could work things out. How about that new bike? 1 through 10. 1 through 10 on the new bike. Okay. The new bike is a little tricky because I cannot rate the new bike. I can't give it the same rating as I would give the other 2 bikes. The reason why I can't give it the same rating is because they're just different style bikes. Like, bottom line, that's kind of like comparing a sports car to a minivan. Like, no, like they're not the same comparison. I will have to say, this one is a little bit more plug and play, as I could call it. What I mean by plug and play, there's no key, so you don't have to worry about a key. There's no motor to cut on. It's very light, which from have owned electric bikes over the course of years, I've never had an electric bike this light. This electric bike doesn't have a throttle, which is not something that I'm a big fan of. Like, I love a throttle. I love to sit down and be lazy and just throttle a bike. But on the flip side, that's not bad that it doesn't have a throttle. That just means that this is the bike that I go out and ride on, and I don't have a throttle. Like, that's what it freaking means. Like, that's what it means right there. Stock doesn't favor small companies. Robinhood does favor small companies, but not OTC stocks. Not OTC stocks. OTC stocks are a little bit different. They can be considered a little bit more riskier because they're such small market cap. Where are you? What are you up to? Just live on Facebook, YouTube. I said Facebook. What books? What books on economics do you read? I actually don't read any books on economics. I haven't read a book on economics in like probably since I was in college last time. Would you? When are you gonna get out of the city and go live walking? Maybe I'll try to do that. Like I want to make an outdoor video, like an outdoor live stream in the afternoon. But the reason why I haven't did that is it's been really windy lately. So when it's really windy like that, I'm not gonna do it because it. I mean, it's really windy, yo. Like I'm talking about stuff hit me in the face, that type of windy. So I'm not really so into that. No, so the bowl is just the rice and bean bowl, black rice and bean bowl. Oh, I love the bowl. Yeah. Why do you have so many bikes? I've been getting bikes sent to me lately. I think it's much harder to predict the market. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm down with Oatly. They have some good brand new, and the catchy name that goes far. It does have a catchy name that goes far. I'm not a fan of their ice cream. Mm. I think Ben and Jerry's got that freaking vegan ice cream on point, yo. When are you traveling? Venezuela? No, I'm not gonna go to Venezuela. Guys, I'm actually you guys know that guy on YouTube called Nas Daily? Um he's on YouTube and he's on Facebook. He makes videos of mm, he makes those like 1 minute videos. I'm actually in his freaking I signed up to take his class, like his video class. I still haven't unboxed my Rad Runner bike. Now Jermaine got 3 e-bikes. Nice. You still haven't unboxed your Rad Runner? Rad Rover? Why haven't you did that? Do you invest in rocket companies? No, I don't really do rocket companies. There are a couple pre-IPO companies that I got in on. They're really weird, and I haven't heard anything else from them. It was this one company in Vegas that like they specialize in going to your house. Well, basically, what they did was they specialize in like drunk people, right? Like, let's say you go out, you get wasted, you get drunk, right? You wake up the next morning and you got a hangover, but you don't want to lay in bed all day because you need to do something. So there's this company where like they'll come over and they'll stick an IV in your arm and they'll like fill you up with like a bag of like I think it's insulin or something like that, or you know that stuff they give you at the hospital. Well, that stuff like hydrates you like really fast because it's going like straight into your bloodstream. Like you don't even have to drink it. So it's just like straight up hydrates you, and like after like 15 minutes, you go from being on the floor drunk crying to you're doing a whole lot better. Like put it like that. So that was one company I got in on. It was another company I think I invested in where they it was like automated pizzas, right? Yeah. And another company was like it was like a drone lawn service. These are really really risky, yo. Like I don't expect to make any money off of these because to for real make money off of them, you need to buy like 10 of them, and then you'll probably lose out on like maybe 7, and then you might have 3 that do really well. But yeah. What's up, Jermaine? Shiny new mic, black no tape. I don't get why people are so pissed about the tape. Like, I mean, like I have to do it. Like, I'm sorry, but like it's really easy to steal um batteries off of electric bikes. Um, so I mean, it happens all the time in the city. I mean, I don't really want to say, but like it's really easy to do it. So like if I don't cover that, if I don't have the thing on the lock, I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm pretty sure it's probably someone from the company that wants to know what it is, but I just won't say because I know that people that steal shit are probably watching this video too. But put it like this: there's something in there to make it very difficult to take the battery out. That there's something that I added, and I covered it up because if I have the bike like sitting outside, and if it's not covered up, like people would know what it is, you know. So I concealed it so people wouldn't know what it is, you know. Like people wouldn't know what it is. So like if you don't know how to attack something, well, you don't know how to attack it, you know. And I'm not saying attack it, but like usually how people steal batteries off bikes is they don't use tools. They just use a key. They just use a key. So when someone uses a key to steal something, do you know how easy it is to get away with something that they're taking? Because they use the key. Like if you see someone use a key to get into a car, are you gonna think that they're stealing it? No, you're probably not. You're probably gonna think like it might be their car, you know? So that's why I tape it up. It's the city I live in. There's a lot of crime, you know. So I don't really want to get into it too much. But either I could tape it and have it safe for the city, or I could not tape it and literally not ride it that much because once again, I couldn't leave it like out on, like I couldn't lock it up on the street. Like you have to for real lock things up. Like another thing with this new bike, I haven't locked it up on the street because I have to switch out the seat clamp. Now people want to know like, oh, why do you put the tape there? Well, you, you maybe you live in a place where like if someone steals your bike, like they'll go to jail, right? Maybe you live in a place like that. But the place where I live in, you can get fucking robbed at gunpoint, and I don't even know if anything would happen. You know, like I don't know, I don't know, like I don't know, like you know, if you get a bike stolen, don't even call the police, like they're probably not gonna do anything, you know. But these this is like a seat clamp, and these are very popular. These make the bike very these make the seat adjustable, so you can easily adjust the seat. However, when you're in the city, you can't have one of these on your seat. You cannot have one of these because if you lock your bike up outside of a place, someone can just come up, unclip this, take your seat off, walk away like super fast. So you kind of can't have this. So what you do is you get one of these, but it has like a pin in the middle, and someone could still take it, but they would have to have an Allen key. And yeah, definitely people have Allen keys, but this doesn't require anything. This just requires pop, take the seat off, keep walking. So in the city, I'm sorry, like you just have to like watch out for things more. Like you definitely do. Um, you know, maybe I just won't talk about it too much, but I hear people all the time talk about things getting stolen off their bike. This got stolen, that got stolen, stole the battery. Well, it's like, well, if you don't protect it, it's just going to be easier to take, you know. TikToks, YouTubers, and Jermaine. Your Animal House video you talked about, your view on veganism was great. It was you. I want to try more vegan dishes. To start always look good. Yeah, there's some amazing there is some amazing there's, there's some amazing vegan options out there. What is your opinion on rename school and SF? You mean the school rename? I don't know. Me, I'm not a big fan of renaming things. Like that's just me. That's just me. Like I'm just not a big fan of renaming things. Like once it has that name, like just let it keep it. That's how I am. I mean, this even goes for things like streets and parks and stuff like that. Like even if it has bad history, let it stay there because it's still history. And if you change the name, you're just trying to hide it, you know. Even if it's bad, you know, that's kind of how I see it. Like just don't. No garage shit at my rental house, but it wasn't available to store inside the house. I live in a pretty sketchy neighborhood. Don't trust my neighbors. It's totally agree. Was thinking of moving to NYC next Monday. Thoughts went from 30K to 2 mil, 2 mil from Tesla stock options this year. Was going to blow my money in NYC. Oh, bro, please don't. If you make that much money in Tesla, please don't go blow your money in NYC. Like, please don't do that. 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 Let me take that back. If that's what you want to do, like, just go ahead and do it. But that's something I would not recommend. I mean, if you making money like that with Tesla stock, like for real, Brandon, like if you for real making money like that with Tesla stock, just keep living the same life that you're living. Like, just let that money stack up, like let it rack up, and just keep living the same life. Like, if you working a job, whatever job you're doing, just keep doing it. You know, just keep doing it, yo. Like for real, just keep doing it. Like if you, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're driving for Uber. Just keep doing it, yo. Don't let it get to your head, and like don't freaking move from like the middle of Iowa where everything was cheap, and now you finna move to freaking New York where things are more expensive, bro. Like stack your money, yo. Like don't just let it grow. Like that's just me. Like one, I don't want to give financial advice, but one thing I can say, don't blow up. You know, that's one thing I can say. Don't blow up because what does what does that mean? Don't blow up. I mean, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about eating food? Are we talking about don't eat too much Chipotle and blow up and get bloated? Are we talking about, don't blow up, don't spend all your money, in New York? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I mean, if mm, sex on sex on sex. Just talk about the good things and the bad things about history. That's important. Take your battery and seat with you. Carry it in your backpack. That is just not an option. That's not an option when you constantly getting off of a bike every day. If you ride a bike once a week, if you're the type of person that rides your bike on the weekends, you go out, take your bike out to the beach. It's a nice sunny weekend. I'm gonna take my bike out. It would be a very different scenario to take the seat off and to take the battery off. That'd be a different scenario because, hey, you're just doing it once a week. But in the city, like I would lock my bike up like multiple times a day. Like there's no way I would be taking a battery off and taking. Like, if I had to do that, like I wouldn't even ride the bike. Basically, like I would I would rather like take the skateboard or figure out a different mode of transportation. What time is it? That's how. What time is it? It is 9:18. What's up with the new e-bike test ride? It's been really windy the past couple of days. And when it's this windy, it doesn't make good for a video because you won't be able to hear me. So I'm just gonna wait to maybe tomorrow. I'll try to film a video with it. I did go out and ride it yesterday, but like I said, like yesterday was like it's crazy windy, you know. Um, you start watching Jermaine what he was doing, Postmates saying, "YC, I'm in Coins. You already know your money will be growing up quickly." I know the thing about me, man. New York is New York is insane because New York is a place that you can easily get above yourself very fast, especially if you ain't used to it. It's very, very easy to get above yourself. And I want to say it's easier to get above yourself it's much easier to get above yourself in New York versus San Francisco because you got to think in New York. Okay, I'm thinking in times of before the pandemic. In times before the pandemic, you got to think in New York, just at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's so many options and so many things to do. Now, at 2 o'clock in the morning in San Francisco, the bars are closed, okay? And, this was before the pandemic. And just in New York, there's just so many more options. There's so many more people. There's so many more shops. There's so many more. It's just so much more lively. So, like, yeah, you can definitely spend like way more money. And then also things in New York, like, yeah, there are things in New York that are cheaper because there's more competition. But the amount of things that cost way more than what you would find here sort of dwarfs what you would find here. Like, like it's so much more fancy New York type stuff that's over there in New York that ain't nowhere else outside of New York. you know. Which city can you blow your money the fastest? Definitely New York. Definitely New York. Definitely New York. If you for real want to spend money, like there's way more restaurants. There's way more fancy restaurants. There's way more fancy hotels. I mean, when I think about blowing money, I'm thinking about hotels, fancy restaurants. I mean, that's how you blow money, yo. You go stay at a hotel that's $2,000 a night. You go out private dining that costs $2,000 for dinner. That's how you like literally blow money. Like you can do that like all day in New York and go to different places and do it. I can't so much do that in San Francisco. I mean, yeah, you will find some expensive restaurants, but you might find like one or two compared to the five you might find in New York at the same price point, or 10. Bike log. Bike log. I've been using my smaller kryptonite bike log for this one. Smaller kryptonite bike log, which is a mess. But I do have a collaboration video that I'm supposed to do. Yeah, I do have a collaboration video I'm supposed to do. Vegas over NYC. Money can be gone in 5 hours. So you say, okay, I get what you're saying with Vegas, because in Vegas, yeah, you can I get what you're saying, but the thing about Vegas is a strip. Vegas is a strip. A lot of action happens on the strip. But New York, the prices could really get. I'm talking about like, bro. You can't compare New York with Vegas. Like, bottom line, you cannot compare New York with Vegas. I'm talking about in New York, they got apartments you can buy. Like, an apartment sold in New York for $230 million. So just let that sink in for a second. An apartment that costs $230 million. Okay, so check this out. It's buildings. It's buildings in San Francisco that cost that much. It's buildings like a 25-story building cost about that much. In New York, that was an apartment that was sold. Like, they got other apartments for $100 million for an apartment is a lot of money. You ain't gonna find nothing like that around here in San Francisco. Not an apartment. I think that's how I first saw your videos. You did a live stream with Alex and Kelsey in NYC. Yeah, I know. Kelsey is cool. She like left. Like, she's like, oh, I don't do YouTube videos anymore. So she like took off. Maybe she like got in a relationship or got married or something like that. I don't know. I wonder how she's doing. Vegas only has the strip. Once you leave the strip, it's suburban desert with nice homes, lots of junkies and tweakers. Very different from NY. Well, the thing about Vegas too is look at the home values in Vegas. I mean, look at for okay, $500,000 what you can get in Vegas. I mean, you can get some pretty nice stuff for $500,000 in Vegas. Like, no joke. Like, you can get a really nice house in Vegas for $500,000, like, all day. Now, try to find something in New York for $500,000. You ain't gonna find a parking spot. You might find a parking spot. You know what I'm saying? Can you explain why you said Namibian people didn't like you? Okay, so I thought maybe Namibian people didn't like me because of this was something that other Africans told me, and they said that you fit this description perfect. That's why they don't like you. So basically, these other Africans were telling me that on the continent, you have people that grow up and they turn 15 or they turn 12, they turn not 12, but maybe they turn like 15 or 16 or 14, right? And they get to leave Namibia and they get to go study in the UK or they get to go study in Europe, right? And they live there for 5 years, right? And then after the 5 years, they go back to the African country, right? And what they were telling me is there's people that do that. Like, they're from South Africa, right? They go live in another country, come back to South Africa, and they try to act like they're from the country that they went and lived in for 5 years. So when they come back to, like, let's use the example, Namibia, you come like that person comes back to Namibia, and when they come back to Namibia, now they were born in Namibia, when they come back, they try to act like they're American, or they try to act like they're British, and they try to use American words, and they try to talk very American, and they try to you know I don't want to say dress American because, like, I don't think that there is I mean, they're definitely. I don't want to necessarily say dress American because, like, I'm not gonna try to trademark like fashion. Like, it ain't American fashion. I guess you can say it's Western fashion. Let's just put it like that. Um, but yeah, it's Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah is from South Africa, and he is so freaking American. He is from South Africa. He is so American. I had no idea he was from South Africa until someone from Namibia told me he was from South Africa. I had no idea. I had no freaking idea. And that's one thing that I got a lot from people in on the continent. I got that over and over and over. Or like sometimes I would go somewhere. I would go someplace, and before I talk, like I could see how people were, and then as soon as I spoke, and as soon as people heard my voice, like I can just like tell, like it's like, and it's just like, I mean, it didn't happen everywhere. It didn't happen all the time, but it was definitely something I noticed. It was definitely something I noticed. Um, hey Jermaine, did you see the new April Apple event? I did see that, and it's on 420 too. Yeah, perfect. 420 and Apple stuff. Traveling changes you, though. They probably felt resentment from those people because they feel inferior, jealous. You change. Well, that is a big deal. That's a big thing. That's a really big thing. It's a really big thing, and that's one reason why. See, I'm telling you, when you say traveling changes you, traveling really does changes you, because after I noticed that, like after I noticed that, like that actually kind of made me travel different, like within my own country. You know what I mean? Like that literally made me travel different. It made me act different when I go back to my home city, my hometown. It made me act very different because, you know, it actually made me appreciate home more, and it made me think about where I came from even more when those situations would come up. Did you see any spiders in Australia? I did see spiders in Australia. You don't have a Tennessee accent. I don't have a I don't have a Tennessee accent. He has an accent. How could you think Trevor was American? I definitely didn't think he was from South Africa of all places, you know? So that makes him African American, technically. Just like Elon Musk is African American. I mean, technically, if you think about it, Elon Musk is African American. I mean, he's born in South Africa and he is an American citizen. So, yeah, he is. I mean, I didn't say he was black, but he's African. Yes, he is. Um, do you uh, do you have to travel solo for it to change you? No, you don't have to travel solo for it to change you. When I travel with other people, I miss out a lot of the experience. When you travel with other people, you greatly miss out the experience a lot. You get a different experience, but you do miss out on sort of that experience. For example, if you're traveling with someone else, if they want to go to this restaurant and you want to go to that restaurant, you guys gotta compromise, you know. You guys gotta compromise, you know. Versus if you're just solo, you know, you want to go there, you just go there. Lockdown. You want to after 4th of July, go look at Michigan. They're the first state for now. Hmm. The weather was good today, but I also saw some stories getting boarded up in the mission. Wonder if something's going on later. I definitely saw stories getting boarded up, y'all, today. He has a distinct South African accent. Mm. Maybe I just think that everybody on TV is so anyway. Wow, I'm like yawning like crazy now. I think I'm gonna get ready to end this stream because we've almost been streaming for an hour. Do you ride all those bikes? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This didn't say live chat. What? Yeah, this is live. We are live. I feel like my eyes are like not even looking at the camera because the camera's like here, but like the notes are here, and I'm like looking over. Yeah. Yeah. Let me take a bite of my Chipotle. Okay, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna end the stream. Would you recommend an electric bike for riding around the city or maybe out in Marin? Yep, would definitely recommend. I've been wanting for I've been wanting for that to Chipotle because we're fasting over here. Oh, fasting for Ramadan. Yeah, I know. I saw something about that earlier today. Are you ever going back to France after your experience? Yeah, I'll go back to France. I think there's like one country I don't think I ever want to go back to, but I'm not gonna say the name of that country. But pretty sure you guys can figure it out. Do you watch any sports? No, I don't watch any sports. Like I'm not really a sports fan. Like especially basketball and football. Like basketball, football, and baseball. That's just a little too American for me. I don't want to do that. That's a little too mainstream, you know. So that's why I kind of like I don't really get into sports like that. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but like it's just not really me. Instead of following the players and the coaches and the teams, I'd rather follow companies and CEOs and what's going on. Do you have AirPods Max? I do. They're pretty chill. What is your favorite bike? Which bike is your favorite? I don't know. It's gonna be in between right now. If I would have to pick, it's gonna be in between the Hemingway or the Rad Power bike. I can't say it's this bike because I just got this bike. So how can it be my favorite bike when I like just got it? I haven't really got to even ride it enough. So it's gonna be in between those for now. And once again, this is a completely different style bike than what I'm used to. Like I'm not really used to the smaller tires. So I can't really like put it in the same category as those. Do you have a dog? Have you ever had a dog? No, I haven't had a dog. I don't have a dog. I don't have a dog. Mm-mm. I had a nice rest of your pizza. Try that move. Mm, I do want to try that move. Mm, do you have a better relationship with your girlfriend's dog? No, I don't. My boo's dog is like on a whole nother level, yo. Be barking all the time. He's barking all the time. My boo's it's like I don't know. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Like it's a whole lot of work. Like I would. It's like having a kid, you know. Like there's so many things I would love to do, but mm, you know, there's like preparation for animals. You know, that's just me. I wouldn't have I wouldn't have a dog. That's just me though. I know people that wouldn't have a bike, so you know, totally get it. New bike looks like a speed bike. Yes. Second short track. If a new iPad come out, could you do an unboxing video, please? I'm not exactly in the market for an iPad, but you know, if a new one comes out, maybe I might upgrade. I don't know if I'm gonna go to beta breakers. We have to see if things are open like that. Talk about investing. What about investing? How is the new bike on heels? The new bike is okay on heels. It doesn't have a throttle, so you have to pedal. all the time. How did you meet your boo? I met my boo in a Facebook group. What do you do now? What do I do now? I don't know what I do now. How much do I have invested? I don't know. I don't have many dividend stocks. Mm-mm. Don't have very, very few dividend stocks. I mean, I make more money, way more money from BlockFi on their dividends than I do any of the stocks I have because I just don't really invest in dividend stocks. But dividend stocks have not been bad stocks. They've done very well, actually. Peace out. Have a good night, Jermaine and YouTubers. It's going to be a 5G plus new Apple Pencil. Yeah, I can definitely see a new Apple Pencil coming out because that's how they make all that money is the Apple Pencil. I love the Apple Pencil. It's kind of crazy. Like, it's a freaking electronic pencil. So your boo small dog running your hiking video. I don't know if that was my boo's dog because it was definitely more than one dog at the park. Yeah, I really like the shorter videos. I definitely like to make longer videos. I like to have it about the 10-minute mark. I understand that can be difficult to watch every day, but that's what I really want to aim for. 10-minute mark. Can you do a Holly Guys food cart adventure vlog? They have an actual store here. They don't have a cart. Okay, guys, so I'm actually gonna get off here because I want to. There's something I want to watch on the internet. It's about Bitcoin. But I'm gonna get off here. I love all of y'all. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. What I will do. What I'll do is I'm gonna get off here. I just gotta watch some videos. Anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll put out a video. You guys have a good day. Have a good night. Fantastic night. Y'all like the big books. Bye. I love all of y'all. Peace out. Bye.